here's something I want to teach you. So listen carefully. The thoughts and the feelings that happen in your mind, they're at the beginning of the model because they're creating things. They're not your response to things. We think we're always responding to what's happening on the outside of us. Everything makes us have a thought and a feeling. That's what we think. Here's the truth. Your entire year is made up of how you chose to think about and chose to feel about things that were happening on the outside of you or on the inside of you. Your emotions are actually creating so much more than you think they are, because people can set, number one, this is a little bit of proof. People can sense how you feel, right? There's something in humans that recognizes like that person is like, they're feeling a little off today, or they're not very happy. Like we know how people are feeling before we really know like what's going on with somebody. So you see how our eyes are seeing things, but like our spirits, our souls are always sensing something, because the way that you live your life is in your feelings. I'm trying to explain this in like several different ways to like make it make sense, but it's almost like we're little crustaceans. We have these like little antennas, and they're always picking up on like signals that are being sent out. And this is real. This is scientific. Like we can measure like echolocation going like throughout the water, and like just like actual vibes. It's vibrations that are being sent out through the air. Now we think as humans that we're just consuming vibrations, but we're creating them all the time. We're always creating some kind of noise with our mouth, or some kind of like energy with our mind or with our heart. With the feelings that we're feeling, they're vibrating out into the world, and they're floating into our room, and they're floating into our house, and they're floating into other people, and they can pick up on it. And so we have to think about, okay, what kind of life am I creating by the things that I'm feeling all the time? So if you want to create a different life, do not go right to the action line. Do not write a list of this is what I need to change. This is what I need to do. Here's what mine would always look like at the beginning of the year. I would write down, wake up at 6 a.m. every morning. I literally every year, besides like the past 2 years, I had written this down. Wake up at 6 a.m. every morning, read my scriptures or read a book, say my prayers, go for a run or go exercise, because everybody knows that's the way you're supposed to live your life. You're supposed to wake up early, and then you're supposed to pray, and then you're supposed to read your scriptures, and then you're supposed to go exercise, and then you take a shower, and you're up before your kids, and you're just amazing and happy and positive all the time. But the way that we write the list, think about the feeling, tune into the feeling of that list. I can feel it in my stomach, and it feels like stress. It feels like a lot of pressure. It feels like I don't know how to do that. And I feel awful about myself because I don't know how to do that. Think about what that's doing to your body. And then every single time you look at your goals, that's the feeling that accompanies it. Because thoughts create feelings. And as soon as you have a thought, it cements into your body. This is what this thought feels like. So when we think New Year's resolutions, get up at 6 a.m., do all the things I'm supposed to do, and we feel guilt or stress, that's the feeling that we're now bringing into the new year. Because when you write that list, you've just created something for yourself. You're so creative, so powerful. And if we decide to keep that list for the whole entire year, we've decided to keep that feeling for the whole entire year. So instead, here's what I want you to do. You write down how you want to feel in the new year. Maybe it's based on what you think you'd be feeling if you accomplished these things. And so instead of saying, get up at 6 a.m. every morning, I'm just going to write it down as like, I'm getting curious about what it would feel like if I was getting up at 6 a.m. every morning. So get up at 6 a.m. And now I have to ask, okay, what would I be thinking about myself if I was getting up at 6 a.m.? What would I finally be able to believe that I've never believed about myself before? Maybe it's like I have self-discipline. But why do I want discipline? I think I want it because everybody else says you're supposed to be disciplined. And it feels like I need to fit in. It feels like I need to belong in a way that makes me feel better than other people. Like the good people, the people who have life figured out, they get up at 6 a.m. And so now I'm going back and I'm realizing, oh, this is based on survival. This is based on I need to feel like I'm better than certain people so that I feel like I'm going to survive. But if I ask myself, do I really want to get up at 6 a.m.? Like, what's the actual answer? I don't think so. I don't think I want that to be part of my routine. I don't think it needs to be, but also there's a little part of me that loves mornings. And so maybe a resolution, if I was setting it from like, what do I love and what do I want to feel, would be plan out like one day a month or one day every quarter where you see the sunrise. Like maybe do like a sunrise hike. Because what that will do for me is it'll give me that like amazing feeling that I feel when I'm up early and the like everything is quiet and I'm just like listening. That to me feels so much different than this really foreign idea of I have to be up every morning at exactly the same time, because like that's going to turn me into a better person. It feels different to say, what if I could just like offer myself like a few early mornings throughout the year as like a gift to myself. And now this resolution has turned into something that feels good instead of something that feels bad. Okay. Next one, exercise.